Hello, Stalkers, and welcome to Blasphemous. Blasphemous is a 2D side-scroller metroidvania style platforming game. Blasphemous came out in 2019, and the sequel has recently come out, aptly named Blasphemous 2. There's also DLC included with this. In this game, you play as the Penitent One in a world, post-apocalyptic world, that has been ravaged by something called the Miracle. Now, you can see this is our character here on the main screen. There are tons of Catholic iconography to be seen here, which makes it really unique, makes a really unique art style. Those of you that like media such as Trench Crusade, which I'm in the process of working on getting an army together. In Trench Crusade, you'll love this. Ton of the themes are based directly in, Catholic lore. It's very cool. It's very cool. But without further ado, let us begin our pilgrimage. It is not the sun rising, but our sins. Anonymous.
Because it is my guilt, I claim you, grievous miracle. Make my chest hurt with regret. Forge your punishment and nail it deep. Shape my guilt once again.
And thus, guilt, repentance, mourning, and every pain of the soul of all kind were visibly and tangibly manifested everywhere and in all of us. Sometimes in the form of blessing and grace, sometime in the form of punishment and corruption. That divine will, equally pious and cruel, which we could not and will never be able to unravel, was called the Miracle.
Very good. You press F here, and there we are. Biliary flasks. Press F to consume one of your biliary flasks and recover vitality. These consecrated flasks are refilled by kneeling in a prie-dieu. Find empty vessels to increase the amount you can carry. Understood. All right. So let's... You see my God, the art of Blasphemy is phenomenal. And I am not a religious man myself. I'm spiritual, 100%. Religious, not. But I love Catholic iconography. I love the ornate crosses, and I love the capriotes. I don't love the concept of flagellants, but I like seeing the penitent processions during Holy Week in Spain and Italy. I think it's really cool. And then this, you see, they've taken all that classic iconography and they have just ran with it. It's very first impressions, and this is not my first time playing this. I never completed it, and it's been a very long time. But, you know, the first impressions you see here, it's very grim, and it seems as if how do I say? Very grim, very dark world, and it seems as if something, whether it be the miracle or not, has bastardized the world. And, you know, repentance and guilt are very there's a lot of mortification going on. Alright. Anyways, we're going to move through this ruined cathedral, do the tutorial quickly. I, at this point in time, cannot get us up there. Ah, and our first shrine. Prie-Dieu. Press E to rest at the Prie-Dieu, saving your game and refilling your health and flasks. Upon death, you will respawn at the last visited Prie-Dieu. Resting will cause enemies to respawn. Phenomenal. Alright, let's press E here and get it lit. Very cool. I like that everything has an animation. Move forward here. Shadow. No, our first boss. We can only swing thrice. We've got to try to time. Very good. First boss eliminated. Requiem Aeternum. Ah, yes. Oh, I love these cutscenes. The bright red blood contrasted with the silverish gray armor worn by the Penitent One. Look at this. This, you know, it looks like hundreds of cathedrals lay in waste and ruin behind us. And look at all these bodies. The Brotherhood of Silent Sorrow. The organization in which our player character was previously a part of. Gone to the wolves. And this warden. Wonder what his purpose was. I wonder why he was... Did he kill our brothers? Or did our brothers kill themselves? It's hard telling. There's so much lore to be explored here. Much like Dark Souls, we won't get to all of it. There's just no way. But I like how you need the key to the chamber of the eldest brother. Okay. Where will we find that? Oh my god. Ah, the Holy Line.
Regretful be the heart, Penitent One. The anguish of the eldest brother has now come. to an end. I am Deo Gracias, witness to and narrator of the acts of the grievous miracle. Such is my penance, as yours is silence. The cradle of affliction is what you seek. This can be found in the mother of mothers of the churches. It is a remote place separated from the rest of these lands by a great sacred and forbidden door. Even a wise penitent like me knows nothing of what lies beyond those high walls. However, what I do know is that, according to the rule, one must carry out the 3 humiliations to gain access to what they guard. One of them must be performed in the high mountains, covered in thick blankets of snow and ice. Another in the depths of a dark, entombed church where the sleeper lies. And the last one at the end of the trail, carved by moans that claw their way out of an iron spiral, in the bowels of the bell named Hondo that grows into the earth. Take this thorn and place it on the handle of your sword. If, when the time comes, as you grip your weapon firmly, you notice that it wounds you and makes you bleed, having grown with more thorns sprouting from it, writhing over the figure of the Father carved into the knob, that will mean that you are at the mercy of the grievous miracle, whether for its punishment.
Alright, here. Thorn, small gift from Deo Gracias, nailed into the effigy of the twisted under the guard of your sword. The thorns arisen from the miracle feed on sin and guilt, growing with the burden that its bearer carries. I'll leave this for a second if you want to read it. We are not going to be reading every piece of lore. We simply just don't have time for that. So I was reading about capriotes and flagellants as a whole. People, there is a specific word used for people who harm themselves to like take place in the passion of Christ. Again, this is all from research. I am recent research, but they wear these capriotti that cover their face so that the attention is pointed towards God and not themselves. And in this case, Deo Gracias wears a green capriotti, which I can't remember what that group is. I think it has to do with the sick, and well, most of them have to do with the sick. Maybe prisoners as well. I know black capriottis, those conical hats you see here, deal with. They help people, convicted criminals who are sentenced to death. But Deo Gracias is also bound, and I wonder if his face being covered with rope is symbolic of something. I wonder. Oh. New enemies. Here we are in a forest. Ah, yes. Alright, so with Jay here, we can parry, counterattack, and that is called retribution. So we do increased damage. Perhaps retribution is an animation like the execution animation we get on specific enemies, or I guess all enemies, but on enemies that have been stunned. Now, I don't know if all enemies can be stunned like that, but we'll see. Verdiales of the Forsaken Hamlet. Song that filled the air during the festivities of a lost village. Its power finds its way through the floor, continues through walls and ceilings, harming the enemies of the Penitent One. The ringing of a lace shell horn used to precede this chant, but now only silence remains. So we'll equip this, and this prayers are our spell slots. Very cool. You invoke it with Q. So we gain favor through combat. Like now we have enough to use it. Perhaps we wait. I'm not going to attempt that jump. Make myself look silly. So, Blasphemous. It's not really in line with this channel. Outside of the interest that I have in this game, it's a little different, is what I'm saying. To ascend after hitting... Shift K in the air to ascend after hitting an enemy. Ah, okay, so... Alright, we'll have to try that out. Children of Moonlight. You'll find them caged all over Cvstodia. You can release them with any technique at your disposal. So, collectibles, perhaps they give us something special if we find all of them. Who knows? This is not a completionist run. By no means. God bless. Okay. But back to Blasphemous. So this is not necessarily in line with what this channel has been branded as. You know, exploration of the zone and...
There is no answer to our plea. The miracle has forsaken us, and my ornate throne turns its back on those who await here.
Albiro. Alright, and we have access to a map. So we're getting all this tutorial stuff out of the way. We're gonna pray at the shrine. Yeah, Blasphemous is not necessarily in line with what this channel has been branded around. Branded. What a stupid thing to say. But I figured we shouldn't put ourselves in a box. And this is a really unique world. It's a really cool concept. And even though the game may be different, perhaps we can still get some good commentary and, you know, enjoy it together. Versus our regular style of zones. And the branding is more of a name than anything. You know, I just want to explore and observe and see things, you know, give commentary, give thoughts, ideas, opinions, etc. But moving right along here.
Sorrowful be the heart, Penitent One. Welcome to Albiro, sanctuary to this humble brotherhood of the Kissers of Wounds. Few remain here who can still employ it, but Tirso is my name. There are few of us who still care for the sick and ailing. With devout kisses, we bless the wounds of those who seek our protection. Thus both we and they remain at the mercy of the miracle. Time outside these walls passes by strangely. In sundowns we need not contemplate. But if your penance happens to carry you under set skies, be so kind as to bring us some ingredients for our ointments. The will in the miracle shall show you which ones they are.
Okay, very cool. So, fetch quest for the wound kissers here. You know, this is in line with the grimdark concept, right? Oh, wow. What an interesting shrine.
Penitent One, you who carry the painful guilt in your cracked hands. Lend it to us and alleviate our burden. Lend it to us and wipe away our tears. Because it is an act of penitence.
So, you saw in the virtue of meaculpa hath ascended. Meaculpa shrines. Visit meaculpa shrines to increase the power of your sword. You can also spend Tears of Atonement to unlock combat techniques. Visit additional shrines and increase meaculpa strength to access more powerful techniques. Very cool. Alright, so right now, we can... Fourth combo finish attack. Concentrates the power of the meaculpa on the blade, allowing the Penitent One to release its full potential in a single but incredibly devastating attack. Speed of a fall to perform powerful plunge. Penitent One takes advantage of the dodge impulse to thrust meaculpa at enemies furthest away. I think... See, let us wait momentarily and go collect more Tears of Atonement, and we'll come back and get last words here. So we add a fourth combo finish attack. I think that will be a great start. We'll come back with 2,500 and attempt to do that. But back to what I was saying about Blasphemous and being kind of a grimdark style universe. Wound kissing. What a concept that is. Ah, very nice. A dove skull. The dove skull. Skull of a bird, drilled as a cullet. Its apparent frailness slightly strengthens the Penitent One's defenses. And I'll show you the lore. Very cool. We'll equip this on our rosary. Again, with the Catholic iconography, you know, the rosary, the, I don't remember what the sash is called that he wears. I know silver is historically historically used for penance.
Call upon the winch of the Order of the True Shrine. In this place, we gather the remains of those who were separated and forgotten, so we can grant them holy burial as our charitable rule prescribeth. Help us, these poor souls, O Penitent One in silence. The Order blesses you.
So everyone in this world, or at least everyone that wasn't corrupted by the miracle, seems to have... Ah, yes. Very cool. Interesting. So, collecting bones. But everyone affected by the miracle, like these individuals, or everyone that is not totally affected by the miracle, is taking some type of act of contrition or some type of penitence, some type of repentance, such as our character taking a vow of silence, as well as his entire order, and it seems like everyone else has taken one as well. That self-described wench there gives proper burials for people who cannot, or, you know, have been forgotten. Okay, shield enemies, their shields are quite effective. But we're gonna block and use retribution. These are neat enemy. Just have to slide right through them. I like the golden masks, or perhaps brass masks, I'm unsure. Let's go all the way down first and see what we can see. Oh, missed that parry there. So that does not work. Trying to trick them there is not going to work for us. Look at all these decapitated saints. Well, their statue's decapitated. I wonder why. Oh, looks like a mini boss here. I'm hitting these people. I don't know why I'm doing that. We're gonna use that spell from earlier. Oh! Wow, look at us. We got an execution off on that. And here, we pick up the Uvula of Proclamation. Very cool. When the Uvula is equipped, you have a chance of earning Tears of Atonement when destroying an object. Awesome. We'll take that with us. That'll greatly help our goal. And we're going to run back this way, avoiding those spikes. And this is the path we were on earlier. It'll take us straight back to this cathedral. Presumably it's a cathedral, considering all these buried churches. Very good. We got the Capitate of Barrack. Alright. So with this being called the Wasteland of Buried Churches, I wonder why the churches themselves were buried in the first place. I wonder what the thought process behind that is or was, if it was, you know, at bequest of somebody, or if it's the miracle, you know, changing the not changing the shape, but you know, bastardizing, you know, the churches we know. Here. So, like, taking the church, I don't know, are the churches expanding at such a rate that, you know, they're getting built on top of and ruined, and, you know, what is it? So this looks like snow. Here we have some ladders. The bane of my existence in platformers like this, but this one, hey, we seem to do okay. Moving forward here, what is this? What a scene this is. You know, these pink skies, for me, are reminiscent of summer, or late summer, autumn. You can see the grass blowing in the wind, as well as the scarf or shoulder, the fabric on the left shoulder of the Penitent One, as well as his belt flying in the wind. You can feel the light breeze. The dust settling. A thin haze, maybe clouds perhaps, maybe we're high up. All ambiguous for us to decide, no doubt. But here, on this walkway, this path that has been destroyed, fallen into disrepair, we find this shrine, beautiful shrine. And the Heart of Virtuous Pain. Very cool. Sword Hearts. Equip a Sword Heart in meaculpa to alter its properties. They grant powerful upgrades, but this comes at a price. Rest at a prie-dieu to access the sword's core and insert a different heart. Alright, so we get... Oh, I walked right into that. I should have been paying attention. Alright, so we're going to do... Yes. Well, how unfortunate is that? What a far run we have back. That'll be okay, though. We can get back and forth, no problem. So if I understand correctly, death brings us the, if I understand correctly, when we die, we leave behind a guilt fragment in the world. And the guilt fragment causes us to gain less, take more damage, a couple of different things. All negative things, no doubt. But now we have to, which, you know, much like Dark Souls or any Souls-like game, we are going to have to make the embarrassing run back. At least we're not running towards a fog gate. But we are going to have to run as fast as we can. And as quickly as we can, but also as safely as we can, because we only get so many of those biliary flasks at a time, much like Estus flasks, much like Estus flasks in Dark Souls, which we can't upgrade, but I have no idea how to do that. I assume we'll find it when we get to it. They'll probably give us one after the second boss fight or so, right? I mean, they would have to. Nice, alright. So we recovered our guilt fragment, and we're going to continue on this path here. I'm also playing on a keyboard. I know that's ill-advised for a lot of people, but I don't have a gamepad. Perhaps I'll get one. So some of my movements might be not as slick as some, but wall climbing. Press K when jumping against certain surfaces to thrust your sword into the wall. While hanging, press space to jump or left shift to jump down. Okay. Very cool. Alright, so that's going to take a little practice. But here, in the snowy peaks of where the olive trees wither, we find a shrine. Leap of faith, yep. Very good. The radius of Helzer. I'm probably going to quit opening the menu screen for all of these. When you see them, if you want to see them, let me know. Then I'll go through and do a big lore thing. But we're also not going to get 100%. So there's, I don't know. We're not going to get 100% completion. So it'll probably be more advantageous to look on the wiki, unless you just want to see the ones we pick up. Let me know. But here we have someone we can interact with.
Contrite and humiliated with the heart, Penitent One in silence, you stand before what remains of Gemino. Oh, do not fret for me. The cold is merciful, for it relieves our pain and numbs us before it leads us to our deaths. Perhaps the miracle the others spoke of has come to me, here in this iron tomb, lengthening distress more and more. To a promised land you direct your march, to the place where the frozen and the burning embrace in communion. Let me ask of you the favour of bringing me a few drops of the oils that once came out of these icy olive trees, the ones that ended up scorching the faces of every pious person who ever reached the summit. As my last wish, before it is too late for me, let me feel that pain. Take this. Now, let my numbed arm become another branch of this withered olive tree. Hurry up, I can still hear the call.
Okay, interesting. So, I'm unsure of what this particular creature is, this humanoid. you know, we see them entombed. It looks like the arrow injuries were inflicted after the entombment, because you can see him stuck in the iron shell there, but I wonder what this is meant to represent, or what this is meant to be. You see the bells, you see the creature hiding within the bells. It's all very grim, and their last request is to feel additional pain, to what I can only imagine is unbearable, hot, searing pain. Ooh, new enemies. Alright, it takes 5 to put down. Ah, flagellants. Castigators. What lies here, I wonder? Of course. I don't know if we can we? My god, they're asking a lot. That is a... perhaps we'll try. Perhaps we'll try. Is there glory in not trying? The answer is no. Nope. Okay. We cannot make that. Oh, and we have exemplar excommunicatus. Excommunicatus. We have plunged directly to our death, my dear friends. That is alright. Oh, so this is the first recording since I took a little Thanksgiving break. So you were set to see this on Tuesday as of now. Since I'm recording early, perhaps you see earlier. We are, at the time of recording, 25 subscribers strong, one view, unbelievable, away from 1,000 total views. Very, very cool. Actually, we got to go back to pick up that grief shard we left, don't we? Yeah, there it is. Nice, okay. No, guilt fragment, not grief shard. Any hoosers. Yeah. This is the first video back since Thanksgiving. I hope all of you had a What the hell is that? Okay. Alright, so they're kind of weak, but they are fast. Ooh, I don't like that quite so much. And they can hit us up top, and there's 2 of them now. Ah, okay, I was not managing my health whatsoever. My apologies. Alright, well, this might be a bit of a slog for us getting going, but that'll be alright. It won't be a problem. I hope all of you had a marvelous Thanksgiving, if you celebrate. And if you don't, I hope you had a pleasant time. I hope your week was very nice and full of great things. My wife and I had quite a good and lucky Thanksgiving. We had a whole lot of fun. Spent a lot of time with family. Tried to get this. Okay, so those guys do a ton of damage on top of being erratic. Alright, so we're gonna try to eliminate them here. I wonder if that's supposed to be like, is that a tongue I'm seeing coming out of their body, or is that supposed to be a root? I know wood is very, very prevalent in this. What is this? Oh, okay. There's a ranged enemy that throws some type of explosive. It looks like I don't know, it looks like a witch almost. Like some type. Oh my god, they have good range. But yes, I hope you had a marvelous time. Our time was fantastic. Enjoying snow and cold weather and lots of food. We have had... We're going on our 5th plate today of Thanksgiving food, so... my God, am I going to be sick of Thanksgiving food until next year. You know, such is the way, though. Such is life, right? Ah, I thought there might be something... Oh, there is something cool. What is that? I wonder. God, that can't be good for my... I just know it's not good for my health. You know, God, okay, we're gonna... Okay, so here we are, low on health, freezing to death in the mountains. Oh, Penitent One. I wish their Graveyard of the Peaks. Okay, this sounds like a good place to die. I wish there were more shrines. That is what I wish for here. Now, we're going to run back to the shrine, which is going to do us no good. As we are unfortunately going to have to fight our way back to where we were. But you can see our health bar there. We are down to nothing. We have withered away. Hopefully we can kind of... I think the rest of this should be pretty easy. Yeah, okay. Well, luckily for us, the run back did not kill us. We have to pray here. We can check out our inventory quickly. Only cold gold can carry the redeeming oil. What a cool thing. Alright, moving right along here. We went and visited a place that's near and dear to my heart. I went and spent time with our grandparents. Well, grandparent. My grandfather. And we went and hung out with him and family. Dad's side. Family on my dad's side. Incense garlic. Bulb white as bone, very hard to find. Its incense aroma reminiscent of sandalwood is only noticeable on rainy days, betraying its hiding place. It was sought after by the herbalist with the best sense of smell for its miraculous properties. Great. So we have all sorts of stuff to take back now to the, I'm going to call them the bone pickers until I remember something else. What was his name? I've forgotten his name. Lord have mercy. That doesn't matter. And the wound kissers. So we have items to take back to them now so they can accomplish their tasks. But we went to a place I have not been. It's a miniature store that I have not been since I was a little boy. The last time I was up there, I did not get the chance to go. We're going to have to heal over here in secret. Hopefully we can get some type of upgrade that makes our healing more effective, because right now it is not. But I hadn't been to this place since I was a little boy, and it's still under same management, same owner and everything. It was just such a blast, such a fun time. Graveyard of the Peaks. Here we are. Ooh, look at this ice walker. Now, what did I do? What did I do wrong there? I did nothing wrong. Alright, but they do fall and respawn. Okay, this is gonna be a like a true platforming section. Oh my god, okay. Ah, yes. My parry was poor. My parry was poor indeed. That's alright. We'll make our way back. No problem. Oh, let me know what your favorite Thanksgiving food is. My favorite traditional Thanksgiving food. This is gonna sound. It's gonna sound maybe weird to some of you, but traditionally my favorite was always the organ meat because it was something my dad and I would do together. Because my mom and sister, etc., did not partake in the organs, so it was special. For me, growing up, my uncle and dad were big into eating the heart, splitting the gizzards and the liver and etc. Oh man. Okay, so we have 2 guilt fragments out there in the world now. I don't know what that does. Probably nothing good for us. I'm getting distracted here. So I really like the turkey heart. It's definitely my favorite. But stuffing, dressing, as some call it, very good, very good. Mac and cheese, my favorite non-traditional. Sweet potato casserole, all-time favorite. And didn't know that until this year. I've had 3 sweet potato casseroles this year, and every single one of them has been the all-star of the dish. Just absolutely incredible. Alright, so we got 1 guilt fragment. Perhaps we'll live long enough to see the second one. Try to get past this. Oh my god. Okay. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay. So, honestly, thank God that... thank God that you don't lose your Tears of Atonement. Because if we lost those after every death, I might be in tears. You know how in Souls games, Soulsborne games, Bloodborne being my all-time favorite. If you guys are curious, I love Bloodborne. Dark Souls 3 holds a special place in my heart, and I know it's not widely regarded as... It's regarded as a good Dark Souls game, but it's not regarded as like a true Dark Souls game, because it was a lot more action-oriented. I loved Dark Souls 3. It was my first Dark Souls, if you can believe it or not. Ooh, okay, we got both of our guilt fragments, and his attention seems to not lie with us, so let's... Ooh, okay. Now that looks... That's bad for our health. Okay. Alright. Well, that sucked. Dark Souls 3 was my first. Played it in its entirety. Loved every second. Played it. Killed every boss. Did all the DLC. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. That will forever be my number 1. But my favorite, my true favorite, is Bloodborne. And the reason being is the lore, the fast-paced combat, everything was just so perfect. It could not have been better if they tried. I played also all the DLC, top to bottom, 100% of the game on PlayStation. I was glued to the controller when I played that for the first time. I didn't set it down until I had completed it and all of its DLC. It was probably several weeks of playtime. God, that was many moons ago. And I played all of it. All of it. I beat Orphan of Kos on my second try with that boss, believe it or not. But I died to the... What is the blue squishies? Oh my god, what are they called? The failed experiments? I died to failed experiments more than 10 times. So if that tells you anything about me, I figured you'd enjoy that little piece of lore. And I honestly couldn't tell you what I was struggling with so much with the failed experiments. But they got me. Oh, okay. So I'm seeing now that the wind is not only blowing me, but the ice is causing me to slide, which is very interesting. That's going to be frustrating, isn't it? I chose to go to the ice first. You know, work top down. Perhaps we'll find... Oh, God. Okay. Okay, we're vanquishing these bell race. Oh God, okay. Okay. Okay, we're doing a pretty good job of moving around these guys. We're gonna have to use our resources here and check our map in a moment. And not let the bottom of that bell touch us. That seems to do strange amount of damage. Okay, we're gonna heal. Ah, that's frustrating. Okay. Okay, I don't totally know if I can make this jump with the current loadout I have. So we might be going up the other side. This seems like, yeah, this seems like one of those down the road kind of things. Can we take a brief moment? Ah, yes, what is this? Muted bell, what do you do? Tin bell, now empty. Strangely, one could swear to hear a slight tinking in the presence of the strange energies. Slightly protects its wearer from attacks of magical nature. Okay. So... So, for now, we're going to continue on with our loadout. We seem to be doing just fine hack and slashing our way through this world. The world of Cvstodia. That may change in the future. We don't know. At least I don't know. Ooh, a shrine, a bloody shrine. Restore health and bio vessels in exchange. Yes, absolutely. Yes, okay. So it's good to keep currency on you in the event you run into that. Do we? Ah, yes, okay. What? The enemy design is fantastic. I am absolutely obsessed with some of these. Even these funky bell witches. Very cool design. I really like the soldiers, the marble soldiers that we've seen. Empty bio vessel. Oh wow! Hey, look at that, guys. We have found a new billiary for us to use. So we have three drinks, quote unquote, from our Estus flask. Very nice. Okay, why am I stuck? Huh, that was interesting. Okay, so my keys kind of froze up there. And I lost movement. I'll get us back to where we were. I'll see you guys shortly. Alright, so here we are back at the Graveyard of the Peaks. I'm starting to think that which we found, the bio vessel, I stopped and checked it. I'm not sure if that is what what I thought it was. So perhaps not. There's a, because our items, our health items that I have been calling our Estus Flask are referred to as biliary flasks, whereas I hope you, there we go, are referred to as biliary flask, whereas that item is a bile flask. God, we have all these points, all this stuff. Where do we spend it? We have to find... Oh, yes, okay, so it was... Ah, look, we get health from finding our guilt fragment. Very cool, very cool. I did not know that. We should be using our prayers more often, since we have access to them. It is wise of us, especially in difficult game, to use our resources. Alright, so perhaps we'll go here. Yes, and we'll get whatever this is. Ah, the Occipital of Tequila, the Metalsmith. Very cool. Very cool. I like, I think it's really a neat thing for the collectibles to be bones. I mean, albeit morbid, but, you know, the entire game's kind of got a... Oh, we can't go that way. Yes, I remember. Ah, and we have perished once more at the hands of the marble soldier that looks like a living crypt cover, you know, like a, I don't know, like a tomb cover. What are those called? What is the historical name for a tomb cover? I'll see you all shortly once more. So I see now one of the errors of my ways is not using that prayer we've learned, well, in general, but also against those enemies where it rides the wall. That could be very effective at eliminating them. Okay, while these bell witches are below us, we're going to move forward. Okay. It's all about timing and precision. And I like games that are easy to learn, difficult to master. Yeah, I do actually have an example. Hotline Miami is one off the top of my head. Hotline Miami is my first, and I believe my only game on Steam right now that I have 100%ed. Hotline Miami 2, I have one achievement left, and that is the hard mode achievement. For those of you that have played Hotline Miami, Hotline Miami 2, and are familiar with the difficulties of hard mode, maybe drop a tip for me in the comment section. Let me know. Let me know how to do that. Is it just patience? Is there a trick I'm missing? Perhaps I'll not know. Okay, so we know where we're going here. We gotta move. Ah, that's gonna be... Okay, so we're gonna go pay our $350 over here at the shrine and figure out... Ah, okay, so no, it it is a billory vessel. Perfect. Okay, so we have gotten our third. If there's a more efficient way to do this, I'm all ears. Oh, what lies ahead? This looks like progression to me. Perhaps not, but it sure does look like it. These guys pack a punch. And they don't have a traditional parry, so our best course of action is just to swing, until we put them in the dirt. This additional flask is an absolute godsend, no pun intended. And I can't wait to use it to great effect. Parietal bone of Lasser, the Inquisitor. It's really cool too that all the bone pieces that we come across are from people of different walks of life and profession. You know, an Inquisitor, a blacksmith, a tailor. Assuming there's a tailor, that might be presumptuous of me. Oh, okay, yeah, it's just this. Once more we shall try this, and if we can't get it... Ah, yes, okay, we can just get it. Perfect. We'll get this. Bear with me, my dear friends. Bear with me. Oh, blast. Oh my god. Okay. Out and in. Out and in. Out. Oh my god. Okay. I'm literally holding my breath in real life trying to make this jump. This is ridiculous. God, we have to let ourselves coast. Sometimes I'm really patient as a human being. Like I can... I feel like I'm really patient, but my god, sometimes... sorry. I'm also, like, really tense. Does that make sense? Oh, there's 2 bell witches. We should be able to take them out, no problem. Okay. Now, the wind is pushing against us, and I wonder if it absolutely does. Yes, it absolutely does mess with our ability to jump. So, how... Ah! A secret. What is this? Yes, absolutely. Please anoint me in the oil of the pilgrims. Wow! Did you see what we did? Not to be condescending. I know that sounded kind of condescending. What the? Very good. Very good. I love that. I love that for us. Alright, so we're going to have to do our little shift slide here, aren't we? Why are some of my jumps better than the others? What is it? Is it... It's most definitely the shift. Ah, my god. Okay. Alright. Okay. Well, thank god there's no fall damage, right? Whoa. Look at... Okay, some environmental stuff I think is really cool. These crying, presumably saints, perhaps nuns, behind us. Very cool. I love giant. I love large. I love in your face. But not gaudy. If that makes sense. I love set dressing that it tells a whole story without having to speak a word. It doesn't have to tell you what it is showing you, you know? Alright, we're going to try this again. And we got it. Nice. What is this? Piece of a tombstone, which steps turn to found on the snowy peaks. Those from the village rarely left their arid lands to face the cold of the mountains, but this tombstone had undoubtedly belonged to someone from Albero. The fragment confers resistance to falls, eliminating recovery time. Okay. So if we are to remove this and add this, we get Tears of Atonement for breaking things, as well as a resistance. Ah, my god, yes. Okay. I just hit all the wrong keys. Okay, so yes, moving forward, that's going to be awesome. We can drop from heights and not have that little stun lock that the game gives us. I don't know how... Okay. We've done it twice. We can do it again. I am figuring this out one step at a time. I can't tell what it is I'm doing that is allowing me to jump further sometimes. Maybe I just have to, you know, deal with it. And maybe that's just how I'm to play this. But it looks like we are approaching a boss arena. So wish me luck, my dear stalker friends.
Sister of mine, as I foretold you, someone is heading towards the Forbidden Gate. Someone who seeks the purge and excommunication of all that is sacred and rests there. No, do not place your doubts on me. I am ready.
Who is this gold-gilded joker? Convent of Our Lady of the Charred Visage. That sounds horrifying. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, okay, so... Okay. So we got kicked into the dirt. And we, as a result of getting kicked into the dirt, have to redo all of that platforming, everything. So I think, yes, you see the branches there on my my spell gauge, or my mana gauge, my fever gauge. Fever? My fervor. Nonetheless, my mana. It has a restriction on it until we get our guilt in check. Ah, God, she hit me right in the face. Until we find our icon of guilt, our guilt fragment. This whole game has very Catholic concepts in it. You know, the universe is based around it. I read last night that the creator said that the game itself and all of its imagery was entirely based on the Procession of the Flagellants painting by Francisco Goya, who is famous for his black paintings. Now, I am no art connoisseur. I know Francisco Goya because of the black paintings. I also know this painting by itself. I don't know if it's considered one of the black paintings. Maybe I should have figured that out before talking about it. But, nevertheless, it's a painting. Saturn eating its son, or eating his son, is the one everyone likes to talk about most from that series of paintings. And the fact that they were done on his house walls and what I believe was his dining room, I could be wrong, is absolutely insane. It sounds like madness to me, but who am I? I am surely not the one to judge. Not the one at all to judge. Oh. This Bell Witch. Ah, yes. It's causing us problems. Problems indeed. That is alright. That is alright. We'll continue on here. Oh, no, we have perished once more. Alright, well, my dear friends, I really want to get to a boss before I cut this. I would like to... I would definitely like to do that. I feel like I haven't gotten anywhere. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this cold quest line done before we do anything else. And then I'm going to record Vintage Story, and after I record Vintage Story, I'm going to do Vostok, perhaps. Probably not all tonight. I'm probably not gonna... When you see this, it'll be when I said you'll see this, you know? I don't know if that is truly gonna be Tuesday, or if it'll be a little earlier. But you'll definitely see this. You'll definitely see this coming up. What was I getting at there? Oh, jeez. What was I getting at there? Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, so I'm going to do some recordings. You probably won't see this until until whenever I said you were going to see it. My God, cut all this out. Cut this out. All of it. Oh, for God's sakes. Alright, folks, here we are, back. We have recovered our second guilt fragment. So, we still got one more to go, and that one's all the way up at the tippy top of this. So we're gonna Ricky Tippy Tabby our way up there, and I think we're gonna take the route we know. I say the route we know like it really makes a difference. We're going to take the route with more Bell Witches. Because these seem to be significantly easier for us to face in combat. Oh my God. I hit the map key. I'll see you again. I'll see you very shortly. Please bear with me. You know, when you run back to either a boss, and you know, in a Soulsborne game, or you know, in my case here, running back to the arena as a whole, you know, it really makes you think, right? It makes you think about all sorts of stuff. And for me, what I am currently thinking about is the amount of players that play this that have successfully done things like, or well, speed runs are, you know, are always impressive, but people that have done things like no damage runs, just how much time do you have to spend in a game to be able to confidently say, like, oh, I can do that? Or is it just, I mean, how much of that is luck based, you know? All right, so we're not quite back yet. We're getting closer. We had another goofy death. This area, I mean, I'm not claiming to be good at these style games. I'm just having fun while playing. Enjoying what we're looking at. It is such a cool, unique game. Like, even if it's not you know, totally my cup of tea, it's definitely got too many positives and too many things that are my cup of tea for me to not pay it mind. But what we were talking about there briefly was... What the hell were we talking about? We were talking about people who speedrun games like this, and how perfect you've got to be in order to do something like that. I mean, my God, the attention to detail, and the resolve you must have to perform repetitious acts like that, to, you know, be perfect at this game. It's incredible. My hat's off to you folks that do that and can do that. My only, like I said, I've 100%ed. Oh, forget everything. Burn it all. Hello. Oh, hello. I hope you are well. It has taken quite the amount of time for us to come back to this point. It has taken an incredible amount of time for us to come back to this point, and still, we are not yet in the presence of a shrine. Oh my God, I had spoken too soon. We have found the shrine. Let us pray for one moment. No, let's go back to praying. The trials and tribulations it has taken. We're going to equip the Heart of Virtuous Pain, and what this does is allows us to block for longer, so our parry time is longer, and the downside is that we are open to attack. That is not a problem whatsoever. I'll take that all day. We're going to move down first and see what we can see here. I seem to be in yet another cathedral. No surprise there. Oh. Ah, yes, very good. I'm confused. I think the toxic gas in that area is causing this harm. Ooh, new enemies. Now, they are weak, but they're like leapfrogging enemies. Very cool. I have no idea what this is. Oh my God, it blows flames from its mouth. Very cool. Presumably we can't parry that enemy, right? No, in all seriousness, I am so thrilled to have reached this shrine. My God, I don't know how much you're going to see. I'll put a counter up to let you know how many times I attempted that, and maybe even like a cool little montage of the attempts, because it was awful. Ooh, okay, that'll kill us immediately. Oh, very cool. What a cool animation. All the enemies having unique death animations I find very cool. That means... What is behind this? So I saw the elevator there. Okay, but we can't access this yet. What does this do? And how do we interact with these? Do we need something special? But we'll enter the bell elevator and take it down. Perhaps we find something. Perhaps we find something in the cavern that aids us. Ah.
What I am offering you here is as lustrous as the first star of the night. And may my eyes be blinded if I'm lying.
Torn bridal ribbon. This soft white ribbon used during marriage ceremonies has been torn, thus destroying its delicate embroideries. One of the three remains of an unfinished ceremony. The wounds inflicted by a broken oath rarely ever find healing. Okay, so this is a merchant. This is a merchant. And a unique merchant at that. Wow. 5,000. We just have 5,000 now. Ember of the Holy Cremation. Ember crystallized through a long-forgotten ritual. It retains some of the heat of a bonfire lit on a different land. Tempers the heart, increasing the defenses of whoever carries it. Very cool.
What I am offering you here, and may my eye...
Calcified Eye of Erudition. Eyeball belonging to Alvarez the Scribe, who glimpsed the truth hidden to so many other eyes. Its strong scrutiny reveals the vital essence of enemies. And then, what does...
What I am offering, and may my...
So, I think with this, enemies won't be able to heal, right? So we're gonna go ahead and buy that. Ah, no, perhaps not. Perhaps I've made a mistake. Maybe that's why it was so cheap. Okay. We know that's there. We are still at the Graveyard of the Peaks. Oh, and another shrine. My God, how lucky are we? Very interesting. Let's see that Moonlight Child. What is... I thought something was beneath us. Alright, look. Whoa. Oh my God. I am a moron. This was here the entire time, just behind us there. Okay, so the game is not as difficult. I mean, it's difficult, don't get me wrong, but it's not as difficult as it has led us to believe. Immaculate bead. Simple bead, devoid of purpose. Its pristine surface has never been soiled by fervent fingers. There's some lore. Do that for all of these if you want to pause and read them. So here we pray. Ah, you are rid of guilt. Okay, very good. So good to know going forward. We can remove our guilt at these statues instead of having to recover our essences. Oh my God, okay. I understand now.
We gather the remains of your helpers.
I understand, okay. Alright, so we're gonna push forward and still try to get a boss fight, but I not only made my life a living hell through struggling through all of that without even attempting to find a shrine. I thought I had to keep moving forward and up in order to find it, but no, we fought through the entirety of the peaks multiple times to get to this. Absolutely unbelievable. Okay. So here, seems like we're going to be facing flame-wielding enemies. Very cool, very interesting. Oh. I see, I see. Okay, unfortunately, death hath cometh to us. Death hath cometh to us. Oh, death is cometh once. Oh. I was trying to be sly. I was trying to be sneaky. You know, games like this, I thought rewarded that. Clearly not. Clearly not. There, my friends. It's alright, though. Now we must call for the elevator, which, thank God, that is actually an option. That is something we can do. Can we jump atop this? Yes, we can. Okay. What is in here? What are you?
Blessed are the eyes that with devotion see my tormented heart. Let the ones who are joyful in affliction and fasting come to me, for they are pleasant penance. 6 sting pains lance my flowery breast. Take the first one and purge one of your 6 mortal stains over the soul.
Maximum health has increased. Okay, very cool. So we'll be on the lookout for this saint-like figure in the future to grant us bonuses. Knot of rosary rope. Very cool. What does this do? Rope not made from the threads of habits of monks deceased in ancient times. Very cool. I wonder what these items do for us. Surely they'll have a purpose down the road here. But what we're going to do is return to the convent of Our Lady of the Charred Visage, a horrifying name, if I may say so myself. And we're going to move back up, pray at the shrine that we lit here in its bowels. These look like portholes, and that worries me. That worries me greatly. And we're going to go recover our things. Okay. We're not going to totally recover our things, because that's whatever noxious gas is in there is going to put us in the dirt before we have a chance to. So instead, we're going to quickly run to the center. And pick up our guilt fragment. Ah, okay. No, we are not. It seems that this is not what we're meant to be doing. Okay, so with a guilty heart, unfortunately, we're going to move up and see what we can see up top. Perhaps there's a lever, perhaps that was the lever back there that'll allow us to turn off the gas. Very cool death animation. What do you... Oh! Ah, okay. And they are controlled by what looks like a monk. Very cool. Very cool. So this is a safe area now. You must remember that these jumping monsters They hit us from above. We should wait until they're on the ground. We have used all of our viality. We have used all of our health, unfortunately. So moving forward might be difficult. And there are these pets that we are struggling against. We are struggling against them quite a lot in combat. Even though they only take 2 hits. But I can't give, I just simply am unable to give enough praise to the art style of Blasphemous. It is phenomenal, even though it is pixelated. It doesn't matter, it doesn't detract from it, not even a little bit. This is one of the most beautiful, by far one of the most beautiful games in this style I have ever played. I can't even think of an example of another one outside of, Hotline Miami, which is and always will be my beloved. I wish that the enemies could damage each other. That would help me too much. That would benefit me too much. Oh my god, I've made the same mistake again. I imagine people have done no damage runs of this before. That's incredible. I forget, this being a platformer, I don't have to move left to right always. I can drop straight down. I don't have to... That is... Oh my god. These nuns. Well, my dear friends, we're back here once again. Once more. We stopped there to cleanse our guilt. I think it's kind of dumb that running into enemies damages you. I feel like, there's plenty of other stuff that could be doing damage to me. This lava, for example, is a great example of that. I'd like to get something, perhaps a rosary, an item for the rosary, or something. Okay, we're not gonna do that again. Yeah, but I'd like something for the rosary that lets the flasks restore more health for us. This nun, if this nun kills us again... Ah, she did not. Very good. Very good. We are extremely injured, though. We've got to be careful moving forward here. I wonder what the lore of this place is. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, I'm gonna have to call it here because I have been recording well over time for this episode of Blasphemous. But If you like this, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Got more content on the way as always. I know this is a little different, but hey, the channel is a little different. So I hope you enjoy. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Mind the gap, stalkers. Mind the gap. And have a good one.